what's up everyone, it's your girl Bre Shanae, and today I'll be sharing with you my Blackoweenathon TBR, so please stay tuned. And I am back. So like I said before, I'm gonna be sharing with you my Blackoweenathon TBR. If you have not watched my announcement video, I'll leave it up above so you can check that out. Also, I will leave Bre's Blackoweenathon announcement up there as well, so you can check out her video, which I love her announcement video. It's all witchy and stuff, getting ready for Halloween type deal. So yes, but anyways, so for Blackoweenathon, if you have already seen my announcement video, there are a few prompts that is pretty much telling you what books to get, like mystery, horror, thriller, queer rep, the 20th century, which is a book written in the 20th century, and an underrated book. So here are the prompts right here, just in case if you haven't seen the announcement video yet. So the first book that I'm going to choose for horror is Hide and Seeker by Daka Herman. I believe this book came out last year. I never got a chance to read it, and I feel like this is the perfect time to read this book, and it is Hide and Seeker once again, and of course it looks scary and I love it. And this is I believe a middle grade book, and even on the top it says ready or not, here it comes. And then if you want me to take just jacket off, this is what it looks like, which is, it says Hide and Seeker right there. And then let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you because I only know the gist of this book, but not particularly exactly what it's about. So it says, Justin knows that something is wrong with his best friend. I went up the hill. Z went missing for a year, and when he came back, he was different. Nobody knows what happened to him. The hill was muddy. At Z's welcome home party, Justin and the neighborhood crew play hide and seek, but it goes wrong. Very wrong. Stomped my toe. One by one, everyone who plays the game disappears, pulled into a world of nightmares come to life, and made it bloody. Justin and his friends realize this horrible place is where Z had been trapped. All they can do now is hide from the seeker. Should I wash it? So that's pretty much that. And then even on the back, it says, out of the darkness, no more light. Now it comes to steal your life. On this day, you've sealed your fate by playing what it loves to hate. Once you're tagged, then you'll know. The mark appears. It's your time to go. Z chants. Now you're in the final count. It's closer to the set amount. Whoa, Lyric says. Quincy shuffles back a few steps. What's wrong with him? He ain't right, says Carla. He came back wrong. Z's dazed eyes bob for apples. Up, down, up, down. Now the locks on his bedroom door make sense. Shay giggles. Only it comes out like a growl. This is so much fun. Hey, I say, stop messing with him. I won't let you do this. Leave us alone. He leaps off the porch and dashes toward us. Someone screams. We scatter like cockroaches in the light. So yes, this is my horror pick for the prompt. So I'm definitely excited to get into this. And I think also the cover mostly captivated me into wanting to read this. So here's this. The next book that I have that I picked for mystery is Dead Girls. It's crazy because a lot of us, a lot of the co-hosts and also the host, this is like one of the books they've chosen for mystery. So it's weird how we all like thought of the same thing. So yes, Dead Girls is a Harlem Renaissance mystery, and this is by Nekesa Afia right here. And then also, since we're like all pretty much all reading this, which I'm positive that most of us are, we are also doing a giveaway, which is right here. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. So yes, if you want to know more information about the giveaway, I suggest you go to Blackoweenathon on Twitter to receive more information. Also, I'm sure it'll be on Instagram and stuff like that as well. But yes, we are doing a giveaway for this book particularly. And that's just awesome and it's amazing. So this is a Harlem Renaissance mystery. I picked this particularly because I love the Harlem Renaissance. It's one of my favorite particular eras in history because it's about black people just rising up. Like, you got black literature was booming, dancing, music, art was booming during the Harlem Renaissance for black people. So yes, my favorite era in history. So let's see what this is about. So it says, the start of an exciting new historical mystery series set during the Harlem Renaissance from debut author Nekesa Afia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, so I do apologize. So it says, Harlem, 1926. Young black women like Louise Lloyd are ending up dead, following a harrowing kidnap ordeal when she was in her teens. Louise is doing everything she can to maintain a normal life. She's succeeding too. She spends her days working at Maggie's Cafe and her nights at the Zodiac, Harlem's hottest speakeasy. Louise's friends, especially her girlfriend, Rosa Marie Marino, may say she's running from her past and the notoriety that still stalks her, but don't tell her that. When a girl turns up dead in front of the cafe, Louise is forced to confront something she's been trying to ignore. Two other local black girls have been murdered in the past few weeks. After an altercation with the police officer gets her arrested, Louise is given an ultimatum. She can either help solve the case or wind up in a jail cell. Louise has no choice but to investigate and soon finds herself toe-to-toe with a murderous mastermind hell-bent on taking more lives, maybe even her own. So yes, this sounds amazing. Like I said, right here, there's a giveaway for this book particularly, so I'm so excited to read this. Yes, it sounds amazing. And I believe her second book comes out next year for this series. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. But here is this book right here, Dead Dead Girls. Now, the thriller that I chose, which I think I've been hearing so many great things about this book. Everybody's been talking about this book on BookTube, Bookstagram, Twitter, everything like that. And that is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. This is a thriller, and I'm excited to read this. And also, I'm going to also read this book where it uses the prompt for a career rep, because it's also in this book as well. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this book. So it says, So it says, a black father, a white father, two dead sons, a quest for revenge and redemption. Ike Randolph has been out of jail for 15 years with not so much as a speeding ticket in all that time, but a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. The last thing he expects to hear is that his son Isaiah has been murdered, along with Isaiah's white husband, Derek. Ike had never fully accepted his son, but is devastated by his loss. Derek's father, Buddy Lee, was almost as ashamed of Derek for being gay as Derek was ashamed of his father's criminal record. Buddy Lee still has contacts in the underworld, though, and he wants to know who killed his boy. Ike and Buddy Lee, two ex-cons with little in common other than a criminal past and a love for their dead sons, band together in their desperate desire for revenge. In their quest to do better for their sons in death than they did in life, these hardened men will confront their own prejudices about their sons and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. Provocative and fast-paced, Razorblade Tears is a story of bloody retribution, heartfelt change, and maybe even redemption. So yes, I'm going to be reading this for the prompt for thriller and also for queer rep. This sounds really amazing. I also have this on audiobook, so I'll be reading this, the physical copy, and also listening to it on audiobook. So this is my, so this is another book that I chose for the Blackoweenathon right here. Next book, which is a book written in the 19th century. So this book particularly was published in 1968. Then the copyright was renewed in 1996. So 20th century is, around early 1900s into early 2000s. So I picked this book, and it is The House of Dyes Dreer by Virginia Hamilton. So yeah. And it's a spooky type of deal too. Like, look at the cover. Like, it's amazing. So for this particular book, it says the house held secrets Thomas knew, even before he first saw it looming gray and massive on its ledge of rock. It had a century-old legend too 2 fugitive slaves had been killed by bounty hunters after leaving its passageways, and Dyes Dreer himself, the abolitionist who had made the house into a station on the Underground Railroad, had been murdered there. The ghosts of the 3 were said to walk its rooms. So this sounds really scary. Of course, it has a lot to do with slavery, abolitionists and what have you. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this. Like I said, this is taking the prompt for a book written in the 20th, I keep saying 19th, the 20th century. So yeah, we have this one right here. And last but not least, we have the group read. So here are the group reads right here. Bre, like I said in my announcement video, she graces with options. So right here, if you see the prompt, it says Light Seekers by Femi Coyote, The Ancient Nine by Ian K. Smith, and The Confessions of Franny Langston by Sarah Collins. And the group read that I chose is this book right here, The Confessions of Franny Langston by Sarah Collins. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I wanted to read this. It sounds very intriguing, and also the cover got to me. But let me go ahead and read the synopsis for this book particularly. So it says, no one knows the worst thing they're capable of. Lord, I'm tongue-tied right now. So it says, no one knows the worst thing they're capable of until they do it. It says, all of London is abuzz with the scandalous case of Franny Langston, who is accused of the brutal double murder of her employers, renowned scientist George Benham, and his eccentric French wife, Marguerite. Crowds pack the courtroom, eagerly following every twist, while the newspapers print lurid theories about the killings and the mysterious woman being held in the Old Bailey. The testimonies against Franny are damning. She is a seductress, a witch, a master manipulator, a whore. Franny claims she cannot recall what happened that fateful evening, or how she came to be covered in the victim's blood, even if remembering could save her life. But she does have a tale to tell. A story of her childhood on a Jamaican plantation, her apprenticeship under a debauched scientist who stretched all bounds of ethics, and the events that brought her into the Benham's London home and into a passionate and forbidden relationship. Though her testimony may seal her conviction, the truth will unmask the perpetrators of crimes far beyond murder and indict the whole of English society itself. The Confessions of Franny Langston is a breathtaking debut, a murder mystery that travels across the Atlantic and through the darkest channels of history. A brilliant, searing depiction of race, class, and oppression that penetrates the skin and sears the soul. It is a story of a woman of her own making in a world that would see her unmade. Wow. So I had no idea what this story was about. I just chose it as the group read, and it sounds deep, but I'm all for it. I'm all for deep stories and stuff like that, because slavery is a subject that should, needs to be acknowledged and brought up. That is, especially, that's history. That's also American history when it comes to slavery and slave narratives and stuff like that were written down, and, to this day, like, a lot of our history, our Black history, is being erased. And I don't agree with that. I really don't. This is the history of America, and you can't just erase it. You can't say it never happened, because it did. So I feel like acknowledging that slavery happened and acknowledging the history of especially this country in America, it needs to be brought up, and it should never be erased. But yeah, sorry, I got deep for a second. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. But like I said, this is my pick for the group read. So yeah. These are pretty much all the books that I plan on reading for the Blackoweenathon. It's a total of 5 books, which I think I can do it. I'm going to still look for more audiobooks, but yeah, I think I can accomplish that with no problem. So yeah, here we go. We have The House of Dyes Dreer. We have Dead Girls. We have Hide and Seeker. We have Razorblade Tears. And we have The Confessions of Franny Langston. So this is my Blackoweenathon TBR. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button, that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I cannot wait to see all the people that are participating in the Blackoweenathon. See ya! Also, wait, before you go, I forgot to mention the prompt for underrated book. So I'm combining the two of the mystery, I'm combining the mystery book and the underrated book for Dead Girls. This book, I'm saying it's underrated because this book came out in June and I have not heard anything about this book. I feel like it's just been swept under the rug. You know, and that's also probably has to do with marketing for this book, which I feel like this is going to be an amazing book, and I cannot wait to give it all the praise that it deserves. So that's why I feel like it's underrated, because I have not heard anybody talk about this book whatsoever. And I found this in Barnes & Noble as I was walking through it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, where was I at when they released this book? Like, yeah, I was a little bit amazed. So yeah, I'm considering this it's an underrated book because, like I said, I have not heard anything about this book. No one has brought it to my attention or anybody else's attention that I know of. So yeah, but I'm so sorry about that. I forgot about, like, oh, underrated book. So yes, this is my mystery read and also my underrated book that I think is underrated just because no one has been talking about it. And I feel like this is going to be an absolutely amazing and astonishing book, which is why I will definitely continue on with the mystery series. But yeah, just that's all I wanted to bring that up. I'm so sorry about that. I was like, wait, I'm missing something. I'm missing a prompt, and it's the underrated book. So yeah. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. But like I said before, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. And I cannot wait to see everyone else's Blackoweenathon TBR. See ya.